The studio lights blazed across the polished stage as the audience applauded wildly. Cameras rolled smoothly over the set of The View while the hosts exchanged their usual cheerful greetings. Everything looked perfectly normal from the outside. But backstage, tension had already begun to build long. Before Billy Bob Thornton stepped onto the set, Billy arrived dressed in a dark jacket and worn boots, carrying the calm but guarded expression that fans knew well. He had come to promote his latest project, and producers expected a relaxed conversation filled with jokes and movie stories. At first, that's exactly what happened. The interview opened smoothly. The hosts complimented his recent performance, and Billy answered with dry humor that made the audience laugh. Even Joy Behar smiled as he shared stories from filming in difficult weather conditions. For several minutes, the atmosphere felt easy and entertaining. But things shifted the moment the conversation drifted away from movies. Joy leaned forward in her chair and brought up one of Billy's old, controversial interviews from years earlier. Her tone changed slightly, still smiling but sharper now. She joked that Billy had spent decades complaining about Hollywood while continuing to cash Hollywood checks. The audience reacted with nervous laughter. Billy's smile faded almost instantly. He leaned back slowly and crossed his arms. "I don't think that's what I said," he replied calmly. Joy interrupted before he could continue. "Well, you've definitely said actors shouldn't take themselves too seriously. Yet here you are doing another dramatic press tour." A few people in the audience laughed louder this time, sensing the tension rising. The other hosts exchanged quick glances, unsure whether the moment was playful or becoming something more serious. Billy took a breath and answered carefully. "There's a difference between promoting work and pretending. This business isn't strange." Joy shrugged. "Come on, Billy. Everybody in Hollywood complains. Then they cash another giant paycheck." The smile disappeared completely from Billy's face. For a second, the studio became unusually quiet. Even the audience stopped reacting. "You don't know anything about my life," Billy said firmly. The words landed heavily across the set. One host quickly tried to redirect the discussion toward his new series, but Joy wasn't ready to let the moment go. She leaned in again and said, "I'm just saying, people watching at home might find it hard to sympathize with millionaire actors talking about problems." Billy stared at the table for a moment before looking directly at her. "You invited me here to talk about my work," he said, "not to turn this into some political argument." Joy replied immediately. "Everything becomes political these days." That comment changed the mood entirely. Billy shifted in his chair and removed his microphone, packed from inside his jacket slightly, clearly irritated now. Producers behind the cameras started moving nervously. One stage assistant whispered into a headset, while another signaled for the hosts to move on. But the conversation kept escalating. Joy questioned whether celebrities should even speak publicly about social issues if they live completely different lives from regular people. Billy responded by saying actors were still human, beings with opinions and experiences. The back and forth became faster and sharper. One audience member clapped after Billy defended himself, while another laughed awkwardly when Joy rolled her eyes at one of his answers. Then came the moment nobody expected. Joy made a sarcastic remark about celebrities, wanting applause just for surviving fame. Billy suddenly pushed his chair backward. The scraping sound echoed loudly across the studio floor. "I'm not doing this," he said. Gasps spread through the audience. One of the co-hosts tried calming the situation immediately. "Billy, wait, I think we're misunderstanding each other." But he was already standing. A camera operator quickly turned away as producers rushed toward the edge of the stage. The live audience sat frozen in shock while Billy removed his microphone completely and placed it on the table. Joy attempted to laugh the moment off. "Oh, come on. We're just having a conversation." Billy shook his head slowly. "No," he replied. "You're trying to create a moment." The silence that followed felt endless. Even the hosts looked stunned now. One producer could reportedly be seen near the backstage curtain, motioning desperately for the show to cut to commercial. The atmosphere had turned chaotic within seconds. Billy took a final glance toward the panel before speaking one last time. "I came here out of respect, but I'm not going to sit here and get insulted for entertainment." Then he walked off the set. The audience erupted into confused chatter as cameras quickly switched angles. Some viewers clapped supportively while others sat speechless. The remaining hosts tried regaining control of the broadcast, but the energy in the studio had completely collapsed. Joy crossed her arms and muttered something quietly off mic while another host attempted to steer the show back on track. Producers finally cut to an early commercial break. As staff members hurried backstage, social media exploded within minutes. Clips of the confrontation spread online almost instantly. Some viewers defended Billy, saying he had been unfairly cornered during what was supposed to be a promotional appearance. Others argued Joy had simply been asking tough questions. Debates flooded comment sections across every platform. By evening, entertainment headlines everywhere were calling it one of the most uncomfortable live TV moments of the year. Neither Billy nor Joy immediately released official statements after the episode aired, but fans continued analyzing every second of the confrontation. Replaying the exact moment the interview shifted from friendly banter into a full-blown on-air clash. And for millions watching at home, the image that stayed burned into memory was simple. Billy Bob Thornton silently removing his microphone before storming off live television while the entire studio watched in disbelief.